here we are with Edward Hobbs for Salesperson of the month of July. Ed, tell us a bit about the month that was July, what happened and what you've been setting up for.
July was an exciting one. Obviously we had the block, 4K off winning it, but Russell Cambridge did a wonderful auction, of course. I guess more importantly it was all the Heart Kids promotion and the reputation and so forth that was associated with that, the profile, so that was good. So that's probably the highlight. Lots of valuations and things which are hopefully coming forward in the next couple of months. So
how are things shaping up for spring?
It's been interesting. Obviously people with the election date uncertainty were holding back. Now that's been set, 24 hours later we're getting auctions now booked in. The key dates I think for September, obviously the 14th, the 21st, 7th and 28th, of course, grand final in the election, and then October. I know it's going to come around quickly. Really quick. Absolutely, yeah.
So the people that have been holding back, you reckon a lot of those will push into October, November?
I think so, absolutely, yeah, because it's now getting a little bit tight for certain dates in September. Yeah. I've just looked at one that's now coming on, I think going to be the second week. I think you've got the what have we got on the, the Cup weekend, of course, which I think is the 2nd of October, or 2nd of November, as well. So it'll be into October.
A lot of distractions, but maybe the fact that the election's been so late, it'll take away those distractions and just push them through.
I think so, yeah, absolutely. But I mean, a key thing is, I guess, is not to get too close to Christmas as well. Yeah. Once you get too far into December, buyers become distracted and start to think about their holiday.
The fact that it's been unusual the last couple of months, really, have you changed anything within the systems, or you've stuck with what you know, rock solid, just keep on doing it?
Yeah, nothing radical, just trying to do the things that we know that works. One thing I am adjusting is doing the just sold call after we've sold a property in a complex, for example, then also doing a blast email to all the owners as well. So they're getting the phone call, if they're overseas, for example, the email as well then covers that off, so there is some contact from there.
And the video that you ran last month, you sent that to all of your database?
I did, yes. I'm just trying to strike a balance at the moment, because on a month, at the end of the month they get a newsletter, or the start of the month I should say, and then midway through that month then they get a video as well. So I'm just trying to work out the touch points and not do too much. So that's always a fiddly thing.
We'd be interested on your feedback, because if we can formulate some sort of structure in terms of what you send when, I think it'll help us all, because what we're doing now with these videos is it's new. We're trying to own the space, and we think it should work because people watch the video over the newsletter, but we'll find out.
I did the newsletter on the couple of days ago, and I had 6 appraisals come through. The first video I did came out midway through last month. I did get some feedback, but not direct appraisals, but I'm sure that'll come. But it's just, so it's 2 emails a week, then it's the phone calls as well in and around sales that we've made, but not trying to go over the top, because you can get to the point where people are going, oh, enough's enough. So you've got to strike that balance.
Demand, where's the demand at the moment?
Oh look, you can never get enough for single-fronted Victorians. I think we've got 3 or 4 running at the moment. Lots of buyers wanting to put offers in prior to auction. The average duration is about 4 or 5 years with those, and then they're out to the eastern suburbs and so forth, or upsizing to the limited Richmond homes. The family homes are also, there's a good one in Mallison Street on at the moment, chasing one in Hyatt Street as well, so if we can get that, they're always in demand. Some good results as well for some 3-bedroom townhouses. Alan got 902 for one on 901 on the weekend, and we got close to 9 for one in Parkville Street as well, so they're also been performing quite well.
And Alan had a huge month last month. He sold 5, I think.
He did well. I think he sold 5 within a day or something. He was very quiet, and all of a sudden he'd emailed around and they were everywhere, but he's doing off the plan stuff in Davison Street. He's done well from there. And also some new developments in Glass Street as well, which up around 1.5, so not an easy price range, but he's done well. We
might just touch on what we were discussing before with competition, and you're forever tweaking yourself and trying to work out how to connect with people, but it's become more relevant. I guess if you lose one, you go back and critique yourself. The
landscape always changes, as we know, and I think that using the strength of the Biggin and Scott network, surrounding offices as well, access to those types of buyers, The strength of the abode and the distribution, all those sorts of things comes back into play.
Which is all self-education, really. We need to know what's going on with the group, who services what areas, and what their stats are.
Yeah, absolutely. Origin of the buyer as well is important. We're doing stats around, where they're coming from in Richmond and all that sort of stuff. So continually working through that. You can never just sit back and say, hey, we've got the market share. There's always someone nipping at your heels.
So just back on the database, so you're doing, what exactly are you doing with in terms of the communication with your database now?
So 2 touch points a month, the email at the start of the month, which is a newsletter, and then the email video in the middle of the month as well.
And your newsletter has the area results or stats on the area?
It's done through Street News, which I think some of the other offices are also using. So it gets emailed to me at the in my inbox at the end of each month, and then sort of the first of the month I emailed it out. I had 6 appraisals come through off that from this month. The video is just a new thing I'm doing and critiquing and all that sort of stuff each time. That hasn't quite got off the ground yet, just the one video, but I'll do more and more of those. So those 2 touch points, but also calls around just sold stuff as well, and then I do a blast email around any sales in the complex if owners are overseas as well. So, but it's about striking the right balance and not going over the top. That's the tricky thing.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? Look, I guess we know when we get the pushback because they just don't call.
Unsubscribe, hey? Unsubscribe.
But it's a fine line, and you're always pushing the boundaries and working out what the limits are, and that's what it takes.
If no one's replying, then there's an issue. But if I'm getting 6 fails, a couple of unsubscribes, I'm happy with that.
Any questions I haven't asked you, or something you'd like to tell the guys that is happening within your business?
I just think it's, the strength of having a team around you and some good team members is, to take things to the next level. Certainly work for us. This month, Doug Doyle's made, I think he's made 3 sales, all for July.
Well done, Doug.
Doug's terrific. He probably should be sitting here as well. Tabitha's also performing really well. She plays a key role, in the male-female gender when we're pitching for business as well. So certainly the male-female thing for us works well, but having the 3 in the team, hopefully we'll get to a position where there's 4 in a year or so's time. But having the support, it's just too hard to do everything yourself. So if agents are looking to go to that next level, you definitely need good quality team members around you.
That's very important, extremely important. Well, congratulations, well done once again, and we'll see you at the awards night.
Yeah, terrific.
In the middle of this month.
Middle of the month, the 15th. See you then. Thanks, Paul.